Welcome to the Student Organization Conduct Training. In this training, you will learn more about conduct policies and expectations of student organizations on campus. So let's jump into it. So student organization policy violations. Most often, these are happening at events hosted in an organization's name, whether alcohol is provided in a risky way or to underage students, or just not addressing attendees violating policies. Especially if folks are hosting unapproved events, not adhering to campus protocols, allowing for hate speech and personal attacks, breaking laws and ordinances, and hazing. Potential outcomes from misconduct. So an organization can experience suspension for a minimum of 1 semester. Oftentimes it's for a year, depending on the severity of the situation. And it tends to happen in cases of hazing or alcohol violation. And organizations can even experience probation. So similar to this, but they get to continue some organization activities, but they'll still be reprimanded for some of the actions. So it's important that we're just knowledgeable about each of these processes. Also, student organizations can be fined, whether that's for property damages, alcohol and drug policy violations, or other fines as stated. They can also experience loss of privileges. So that could be a loss of the approval for marketing, printing, free room reservations, hosting events off campus, and requesting funds from the Marquette University student government. The organization conduct process. So after a report has been filed, the Office of Student Development reviews it, and in the case of emergency, action will be taken if there's concern about ongoing threat and health and safety of the students and organizations and who's involved. The president of the student organization will be contacted to meet and discuss the incident, and all involved individuals may have interviews scheduled as well. After all information is collected, conduct staff determines if the student organization and/or individuals are charged with policy violations. If an organization is charged, student organizations are offered a hearing where student organization representatives can review evidence, respond to allegations, and provide own evidence. Hearing officers will determine responsibility via preponderance of the evidence standard. Is it more likely than not that a policy was violated? And student org presidents will be notified in writing at each stage of this process. If a student org so chooses to appeal, we do have an appeal process. So student organizations have 5 working days of the outcome letter to request an appeal. Appeals are made in writing to the Dean of Students, whose decision is final. Appeals must address one of the following grounds for appeal: denial of fair hearing, insufficient evidence to establish responsibility, and new information that may not be available at the time of the hearing that impacts the findings of responsibility. We thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, please connect with the Office of Student Development and the Director of Student Conduct.